You're tuned in to Floridian Rollo. I'm your host, Floridian Rollo, and I'm coming at you with another live stream. As you enter into the chat, make sure you double tap to like the video. Make sure you double tap to like the video, y'all, on your way in. We're going to talk about two topics. One in particular, Governor Newsom decided to pass the bill to protect migrants, not to protect U.S. citizens. He just recently signed this bill, and J.D. Vance talked about free speech, what to expect after the passing of Charlie Kirk. So without further ado, let's deal with this Governor Newsom, this Ibarasi Governor Newsom. We're going to get into the full tonality. Make sure you double tap the like button on your way in so we can get more people to view this. I have it open to anyone. Moderators, if anybody be disrespectful to the host, to anyone in the chat, block them. We're not got time for the disrespect. Agree to disagree. We could agree to disagree. Just don't be disrespectful. All right. Salute to the mods. Salute to those who will be viewing, catching the playback. Make sure you double tap the like button if you're watching right now on the live stream. All right, let's go.
It's AB 49. Just signing along. Thank you.
Okay, so you see who's behind Governor Newsom. He's passing it over to the Chinese person in his cabinet. One of the few Chinese people in his cabinet. All right, let's continue.
SB 81.
All right, so he's passing it to another person from another particular country to whereas they are protected. Okay? You're not protected if you're a U.S. resident that moved to California or your original California residents. There's no laws to protect you and your family and wherever you work at and whatever you got going on. Let's continue.
SB 98.
You see? You see the Chinese man here? A younger version of the Chinese man? Different ethnicities of the men and the women that's there. All right, let's continue.
SB 805. SB 627, the anti-masking law. Thank you.
He's protecting a certain group. All right. He's protecting a certain group. Let's continue. Let's go.
And really the spirit, I think, of these 5 bills that I'll be signing here in a moment are about accountability. Accountability that is long overdue.
The Most High turned his mic off. The Most High turned his mic off because he on demon time. He on demon time. That's not me, y'all. The Most High turned his mic off. The rewind back to tape. Watch what happens. You see?
These masked men had no identification. These masked men did not provide any information, name, badge number, hidden from accountability.
So The reason why his mic was turned off because he was disrespecting ICE. He wants the people to fight ICE, y'all. He wants the people to fight ICE. He wants these people that he's protecting to fight ICE, to fight back. So if they get apprehended, he's going to have a way of them getting out of jail. You see the lawlessness that's going on in California in its whole tonality? You as a California resident or a person that moved to California to better your life, you're not protected. These people have more rights than you. He's passing laws under his jurisdiction to these people to have rights over you and tell you how to live, tell you what to do. Let's continue.
Any transparency, any oversight. That's Trump's America, but it is not the America we've grown up in. And so we're pushing back against this.
He's telling y'all to go to war. He's telling y'all to go to war and to go to war with the U.S. citizen. He has signed a bill to go at war with the U.S. citizen that is residing in his state. I wonder what you Californians have to say about this. I want to know what you Californians have to say about this, or those who moved to California to better your life. What you have to say about this, knowing that you got a family, knowing that you got children, knowing that you're providing for your family, and to hear this rhetoric. They're not passing laws to better your life. They're passing laws to better other people's lives that don't have to work as hard, that don't have to put in many hours. Let me explain something to you. Do you know these people don't put that many hours to work and they still doing better than you? Do you know that these people don't have to work that many hours to do better than you? They work in part-time. You got some of them. You got some of these folks working part-time, making more money than you. You working full-time. You getting taxed more than them. You ain't catching no tax break. You ain't catching no rent agreement break. You're not catching no break. Everything going up for you. Everything is an even playing field for them to make it through. You living in a nightmare of California. They're living great in California. That's why they could bring more people over to take over your situation. Because you're not uniting. The Californians having a hard time uniting because they got beef with each other. They killing each other. They unaliving each other. They gang banging. They gang banging. They gang banging. While you're gang banging your set, your governor passed a law to protect people that don't look like you and going to tell you how to live, how to feed your family in the years to come. Since you don't want the National Guard, since you don't want ICE to do its job, your borders are no longer protected. You're sitting there, you're in the set, you're in the organization, you flagging your color, you political with your color, and the devil is sneaking right around your camp and taking over. And you're going to start seeing the women of your race going to these migrants because they're going to be the ones with the money. While you can't provide for that woman, she's going to kick you out the house that you claim you bought, meaning she bought it, and you're going to be in the streets. Let's continue. This is what y'all voted for. Y'all voted for this entity right here. Y'all voted for this entity, and he has everybody else telling you how to live. Not one citizen of California is at that table. Let's go. The Most High cut this thing off again.
The impact of these policies all across this city, our state, and nation are terrifying. It's like a dystopian sci-fi movie. Unmarked cars, people en masse, people quite literally disappearing, no due process, no rights in a democracy where we have rights. Immigrants have rights, and we have the right to stand up and push back, and that's what we're doing here today.
So you have the right to push back. You have the right to push back against Trump and administration. You don't want to save America. You want America to be evil, Governor Newsom. You want America to be evil. You want America to be evil. Just like a lot of these people that's coming in the comment section want sin. I'm just blocking you. I'm not going to even acknowledge you. I'm going to block you. If my minds don't catch it, I have my finger right on the tip to block you. I'm not going to even acknowledge you, trolls. Let's continue.
I'll be signing a bill, the first in the nation, saying enough. To ICE, unmask. What are you afraid of? What are you afraid of? What are you afraid of?
No. What are you afraid of making America great again? You don't want America to be great again. We want America to be great again. A lot of people don't want America to be great again because they love sin.
If you're going to go out and you're going to do enforcement, provide an ID. Tell us which agency you represent. Provide us basic information that all local law enforcement is required to provide. Have the decency not to threaten people as they go to school.
No, have the decency to protect American citizens from being harmed by these folks, taking from them, robbing from them, harming their kids. That's who you taking from. The American taxpayers paying for nonsense. If they come in correct, I don't have an issue with that. Let them come in correct, not come in and steal, kill, and destroy, and you don't apprehend these people. You have the Chinese took over your state. You got Chinaman took over your state. You taking bribes from Chinaman, Governor Newsom. Let's continue. The Most High jacking that mic. Look at that.
John Stewart said it best. This is not about the pronoun police. This is about the secret police. We're not North Korea, Mr. President. We're not the Soviet Union. This is the United States of America. And I'm really proud of the state of California and our state of mind.
No, you are becoming Soviet Union. The state of California is becoming the Soviet Union. It's a third world city. It's a third world state. California, New York City, and Chicago have become third world state. It's not a livable place to be in. It's not livable to live in California. It's not livable to live in New York City. It's not livable to live in Chicago right now. It's not livable place. You got the biggest homeless in America, Newsom. And majority of them, U.S. citizens, being priced out, being kicked out. You're giving kickback to the Chinese people. You're giving kickback to all these other people, except your own people that live in California. To the point that even you have stars leaving your state and moving to another country. You got stars in Hollywood removing themselves from California. That's how bad it's got in California. A lot of money, people with means are leaving that state dry. You're not even providing services for them. They're getting harassed. They're getting harmed by these folks that you got around you. You think if I had a lot of money, I'd stay in California? As beautiful as California is, and I've been to LA, prior to all what you see in LA, I don't even acknowledge LA no more. I don't acknowledge Oakland, California no more. I don't acknowledge New York City no more. I don't acknowledge Chicago City no more. I don't acknowledge those places. They are third world cities where everybody could do God's will, lawlessness, rats, roaches, mice, turbulence, all types of issues. People are mentally ill. People are losing their mind. They're losing their self because they're seeing all the evil every single day. That's what you have become. Let's go.
That we're pushing back against these authoritarian tendencies and actions of this administration.
Most High cutting that thing off. Okay.
Yes. Meanwhile, California becoming the first state in the nation to ban law enforcement officers from covering their faces in the field.
Madeline Rivera is live in Washington with the latest. Good morning, Maddie.
Good morning. This comes as the Trump administration ramps up its immigration crackdown. California Governor Gavin Newsom signed a number of bills to push back against the president, and one of them is that law prohibiting law enforcement officers from wearing masks while carrying out their duties. Newsom says concealing their identities allows government agents to avoid public accountability.
It's like a dystopian sci-fi movie. Unmarked cars. People en masse, people quite literally disappearing, no due process, no rights. This is a disgrace. This is an outrage, what we have allowed to happen in this country.
No, what you allow is to have people under your jurisdiction live in poverty. That's U.S. California residency. These migrants don't care about American citizens. These demonic elitists that you have around you, you taking kickbacks from the Chinese people, you taking kickback from India and all these other places so you can fatten your pockets. So when things hit the fan in California, you're going to be leaving America. Just like a lot of you liberal oxys going to be removing yourself from America when you see America goes through its trials and tribulations because of your sin that you allow. Listen, if you're an actual California U.S. residency, you have to get this man out of office. You have to go conservative. You have to get rid of this liberal doctrine. It has caused a lot of aim and pain and suffering in that beautiful state of L.A. Even I don't want to visit L.A. I don't want to visit it. I don't want to visit places that is going down the toilet. That's becoming a third world state where toilet tissue is so much money. Whereas to live there, you have to make over $100,000 a year to live there. If you from California, put a 5 in the chat and tell me if I'm lying. Is I'm lying? Put a 5 in the chat if I'm telling the truth. Put a 5 in the chat if I'm telling the truth that if you're not making over $100,000 in California, you struggling. Yeah, you got somebody that is from another country that don't speak English, that don't know how America moves, is telling you how to live in your own country. Can I go to another country and tell people how to move? No. Can I go to another country and tell my doctrine to how to tell people in a country how to live? No. No. I can't go to China and tell Chinese people how to live, how to eat, how to run their country. So why is they telling California how to run their country? Let's go. Let's get right to it.
ICE, unmask. What are you afraid of? What are you afraid of?
LA Mayor Karen Bass is praising the state's lawmakers.
What I'm so proud of in our city is that we have legislative resistance, we have resistance from local government and state government, and we have resistance on—
Oh, Lord, this elitist witch mayor, one of the worst mayors of LA history. We got this witch now talking. I can't stand that tweet talk. Ooh, this LA mayor irritates my soul. When you hear her talk, it's like they put something in her to have a little bit of bass. I could imagine if they don't put certain whatever tranquility inside of her, she could be talking. Look at how irritating this witch is. This is a witch, y'all. This is the witch mayor of LA. Listen.
And state government, and we have resistance on the streets. And I look forward to the day that we no longer have to protect ourselves and fight our own government.
Look at this. Y'all vote for this witch? LA, y'all vote for this witch? LA, you should be ashamed of yourself. You vote for this witch? Y'all vote for this witch? Y'all making LA look like a— Listen, even Brazil's looking more beautiful than LA right now. Listen, even the hoods of Brazil is looking better than what LA got going on. That's how bad LA has become. This is bad, man. Let's go.
Trump administration officials say the masks help keep agents safe as they do their jobs. DHS says there's been a 1,000% increase in assaults against ICE agents. And then there's the question of whether Newsom's ban will survive legal muster. DHS Assistant Secretary Tricia McLaughlin says on X, good news for Americans and public safety. ICE and DHS law enforcement are part of the federal government. We don't need to abide by this garbage. The acting U.S. attorney for Central California says something to the same extent. He says the state has no jurisdiction over the federal government and that it must go through Congress to regulate agents. So he says Newsom's new law won't have an effect on the administration's operation.
Well, Mr. Trump, let me say this to you, sir, Mr. President of America. If these governors, Newsom, the governor of Chicago, the governor of New York, and their mayors in jurisdiction don't want change, starve them up. Don't give them federal grants. Starve them out. Let's get a hashtag, starve out these states that don't want to move correctly. Starve them out. Just like how the leaders of other countries starve their people out, right? They don't do that. All you folks that's running from these other countries, you want to starve your own people, your own leaders starve you out? Well, it's time to starve out California. It's time to starve out Chicago. It's time to starve out New York City and New York. It's time to not give federal help to these places, Mr. Trump. Give it to the citizens of the U.S. Make it to where the U.S. citizens and the people that came to this country correctly Make sure they're good. Starve out these other folks, Mr. Trump. I'm all for it. Don't give them no federal aid. Whatever money they got left over, let them figure out how to spend that budget money correctly. And I told y'all this is going to happen. I told y'all even Mr. Trump is now suggesting, because you have a lot of other blue paparazzi states complaining about not getting help. Well, if you don't want to move correctly, if you don't want to make America great again, make sure the American citizens are taken care of first. How can we take care of other places if the American citizens are struggling, dealing with BS? How is it that the average American citizen working hard and just getting by every single day? And you got these people coming here not moving correctly. Don't tell me everybody that's coming to this country moving correctly and living better than the citizens of this country. That's a lie. That's a lie. State your evidence. That's a lie. State your evidence. State your evidence. State your evidence. Where's your evidence? Where's your proof? Stop lying. Stop lying. I can't stand when people say California, AIDS, Mississippi, Louisiana, and Alabama. State your facts. State your facts. Let's go.
Charlie, Rachel, and Griff.
Thank you, Maddie.
Thanks, Maddie.
So Gavin Newsom asked, what are you afraid of? Well, I'll tell you what they're afraid of. They're afraid of dying.
Yeah.
They're afraid of being doxxed. They're afraid of their families also being in danger. I remember interviewing Border Patrol spouses who said how afraid they were on the border. Imagine being in ICE, with the cartels and other people, going after them. Imagine being ICE. You don't have a mask. They find out through facial recognition who you are, and they come after you because it's not necessarily even the illegal immigrants. It's these radical groups that are paid for by God knows who.
Yes. Speak the truth. These radical groups who want to unalive their family members. They must be protected. Why should they reveal themselves? Why does Mr. Newsom want them to be revealed? Because he want to unalive their family and unalive their children. California residents, you have to get the sheriff of California. You all have permission. The sheriff, the head deputy sheriff of California, you have to remove Newsom out of office. And all these mayors, arrest them, apprehend them. You're going to have to do your job because this is getting out of control.
Who are violent. Look at that, Antifa and other radical leftist groups. That is what they are afraid of. And by the way, Karen Bass, the mayor of L.A., I mean, the gall of this woman after she allowed her city to burn, didn't prepare for fires, and now...
Yes, under her watch, the city has burned, and she has done nothing to help those people that lost their homes. She has done nothing. She has not provided any services for those people that lost their home. They are homeless or they had to move elsewhere. And they say they're not coming back to California.
She's fighting law enforcement, taking criminals off her streets.
Yeah. To your point, Rachel, it's so important to point out in the remarks that Bass made, and Maddie didn't play that soundbite, but there was one line that stood out. She said that the federal government wants to normalize the, quote, hunting of Latinos. She is trying to create a narrative that does not exist out there.
That's
and
a
the U.S.
dangerous
attorney,
narrative.
the attorney out there in California, Bill Saley, is trying to support his law enforcement officers. But that number, by the way, of 1,000% increase in assaults, that number is way higher. I've talked to the acting director of ICE, Todd Lyons. He says it's way higher. But
look at them. Look at them. Look at these savages. Look at these savages, y'all. Look at these savages. Look at these demonic savages. Look at them. Look at them.
Yet it isn't stopping his men and women from going out every day in these sanctuary cities like California, New York, Massachusetts, Illinois, and trying to remove who? Not innocent people, not people that have a right to be here, but violent, criminal, illegal aliens. And the phrase of hunting Latinos, the federal government's trying to normalize it, is just simply inaccurate.
So I
look at them. Look at them. Look at them. Look at these savages. Look at these monsters.
I mean, I'm deeply uncomfortable with the idea of police officers wearing face masks. But this is, of course, a foreign invasion, which means puts it in a completely different category. And everything they have done is exacerbating the situation and making it worse. The reason that these ICE agents have to do it is because of exactly that kind of rhetoric. Yes. And it endangers their lives. And
look at the streets. Look at the streets of LA. Look at the streets of LA, y'all. Got that person out of here. Got that person packed up on out of here quickly. I'm not going to entertain you trolls. I'm not going to entertain you demons. I'm just going to block you. I don't know what's going on with my moderators. My moderators may be busy, so I got to keep my phone. I got to keep my phone right here because I'm going to have to block these trolls. I got to keep my eye on the phone to the best of my ability because I don't have no moderators right now in the chat.
Their families are getting doxxed because of what Gavin Newsom and Mayor Bass are
Did you notice that the guys on top of the car are wearing like scarves around their faces, and so they're covered up?
Just to your point about the mask, and I understand your sentiment, Charlie, but let me just also say, and I've been on these raids. I was in the first few days of Midway Blitz in Chicago. Every ICE officer and law enforcement that I've been out with and seen in any of these arrests, they are covering their faces because there is a nationwide coordinated effort to dox them, as Rachel said, but yet they are identifiable because you see on their chest, ICE, HSI. They're identifying themselves when they go and do these arrests.
Exactly. Exactly. These people want to protect sinners, y'all. You got these people want to protect sinners in the chat. You got a lot of these folks want to protect sinners in the chat.
It's a good point. It's a really good point, Griff.
Hey everyone, I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kaylee McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern.
Somebody says he probably, hold on a second. Let's get this fool in the building. He's probably in a broke red state that's losing its hospitals due to the big beautiful bill. I'm in a broke red state. Are you sure about that? I'm in the #1 state in America. I'm in Florida. What are you talking about? Fool, what are you talking about? I'm in the #1 state in America, Florida. So what broke red state I'm in? Can you afford to live in Florida? No. Especially Orlando? Hell no. You can't afford to live in Orlando. Orlando is very pricey. And it's building more better things than what's going on in your LA County or whatever blue Ibarasi state you live in. Stuff is moving out one by one. And you're talking about hospitals being replaced in red states, not in Florida. They building over here. They're building more beautiful hospitals right now as we speak. So what broke red state I'm living in? You can't even put a super chat. You in my chat. You can't even put a super chat. That's how broke you are. Listen, it's only a few people that is in my chat that got money. The majority of you broke. Listen, let's keep it real. Majority of the people in my chat is broke. They broke in the mind. They broke in the spirit. They don't believe in God. They don't believe in Christ. They don't want to repent of their sins. They don't want to get right. We know God is black. We know Christ is black. At the same time, you got people can't stand red states. Red states is what's keeping you Ibarazzis in livable conditions, if you live in the livable conditions. Oh my goodness. My background is broke and sad. My background is broke and sad. I'm glad you said that. I don't got nothing to prove to y'all. Listen, at this point, I'm not proving nothing to you folks that ain't got no money. Why is I'm gonna show you where I stay at? You think I'm stupid? The people that know, I ain't struggling. You know what I'm struggling with? Having broke people, having demons in my chat. That's what I'm struggling with. People that I don't even want to have a conversation with. Guess what? You paying for my service. Even if you don't hit the super chat, the like button, by you viewing, you're paying me more money in my YouTube check. So the best thing you could do is get upset, lose your mind, but you're paying for my view. You're paying for my view. You're paying for my service. You demons don't realize that the majority of you that's watching is demons. Then there's people that's civilized. The civilized people won't ask stupid questions. Oh, I'm a grifter. No, you're a grifter. You're a grifter. You watching my platform. I'm getting paid to talk the truth. I'm getting paid to talk the truth. And that's the problem with y'all. You demons don't want us to get paid. You don't want us to have any money because you want this country to be broke. You have a broke mentality. You have a poor mindset. So, of course, you're going to say, you're a grifter. Only poor people talk like that. Get this person out of here. Let's continue. Let's get to JD Vance. Let's get to JD Vance right now. Guess what I'm going to do right now? Boom. Switched it. There I switch it. That means majority of you ain't going to say anything now. If you ain't subscribed to the channel, it is what it is. If you ain't subscribed to the channel, you can't come in the chat now. Now, let's get to JD Vance. Let's get to JD Vance. Let's see if I can find it. Okay, I'm trying to find it, y'all. Where's it at? It's not uploaded yet? So that means I gotta look for it. Wow. Okay. All right. I have to look for the full one. Another time, we're going to listen to the short clip. We're going to listen to the short clip because I can't find the full one. I thought it was ready. All right. Let's listen to this. It might be at the Charlie Kirk's funeral speech. All right. Let's listen to this.
I have friends who met a husband, a wife, a boyfriend, a girlfriend, who met the best man at their wedding at Turning Points USA because it was an organization of patriots dedicated to making this country the very best country that it could be. And I would like to think that whether you're a Democrat or a Republican, this basic idea of young people gathering to discuss and debate, that is the thing that we cannot let pass away just because the leader of Turning Points USA was gunned down by an assassin. And I want to let you know that whether you're a Democrat or a Republican, whatever your belief is, I will fight for your right to speak your mind. We reject political violence, and we reject the crazy left-wing radicals that gunned down our friend Charlie Kirk. Let's talk to one another and not try to shoot each other down for disagreeing. I have friends.
Now, I agree with J.D. Vance on that. Why do we have to kill each other because of certain beliefs? That doesn't give you right to kill a man because you disagree with what he stands for. Now, I want to thank Todd for the $1.99 contribution. Thank you for the support, Todd. Appreciate it. Appreciate the support. So what I got to do, we got to go to the speech then. We're going to go to J.D. Vance's speech on Charlie Kirk. That's what we're going to have to do then. And let me go to that right now. Let me go to that right now because he said it at the speech of Charlie Kirk's passing. Okay, let's get to it. Let's title it. Okay, let's see.
So I want to say just one thing.
Okay, I got it. All right, I found it. All right, let's get right to it. Let's get right to the speech. All right, let's get to it.
So I want to say just one thing about my friend Charlie Kirk. I want to talk about Charlie Kirk for a little bit. And the last group I want to have be recognized here is we have got a lot of kids, and I hate to call you kids, but when you're 41 years old, you guys are kids. TPUSA is a great organization founded by my friend Charlie Kirk that takes the message of free speech and conservative values all over our college campuses here in the state of Michigan and elsewhere. And we've got some proud TPUSA folks here. Would you guys stand up and be recognized by the crowd? We love you.
Let's go.
We love these kids, and we love the organization that was founded by Charlie Kirk. And I know I speak for all of the kids behind me, all of the great TPUSA members, and also the alums, that over the past 10 years, Turning Point USA has not just been an organization, it has been the fountain of a movement all across the United States of America. If you look at just the youth vote in 2024 and how much young voters shifted from Democrat to Republican from 2020 to 2024, Charlie Kirk created a movement. And that movement made Donald J. Trump the President of the United States, and it made me the Vice President of the United States. I would not be here without Charlie.
Let's go kick it.
But Charlie was an exceptionally talented individual. People don't realize how integral he was, how important Charlie Kirk was. He helped to staff the administration with solid people like Secretary Chavez DeRemer. He made sure that when we hired somebody, that it was a smart person, but it was also a kind and decent person.
Y'all see how integral that Mr. Kirk have gotten the youth to open up to better opportunities, to have a stronger mindset. You get what I'm saying? Have a stronger mindset. Have self-respect about themselves. To the youth out there, to the young men, to the young women, make sure y'all keep Charlie Kirk legacy going. Don't let these entities, these demons, these warlocks, and witches stir you away for a better America. Let's go.
You see him at these college events and he would talk to anybody. He didn't care if you were a Democrat, a Republican, a liberal, a conservative, if you supported the Trump administration or not. He felt that the most important American political virtue was to just get out there and talk to our fellow Americans.
And that's what he really stands for. And you're going to have these liberals upset with me because the man didn't want to see division. He just want to see people be great. And this is the problem with a lot of you. You don't want to be great. Take care of your family. Take care of your loved ones. Here we go with the lies again. See, these people want to push lies. People want to push lies in the chat. I'm seeing it right now behind the scenes, y'all. Let's continue.
And I hate to say that a week ago, he was doing what he did best. He was doing what he loved. And an assassin gunned him down for daring to say things that that assassin thought were wrong or shouldn't be said. Well, I think I speak for every person in this room, and I think I speak for a majority of our fellow Americans when I say we do not attack or commit violence against people because we disagree with their ideas. We debate ideas, and we're going to keep on debating them in honor of the great Charlie Kirk for as long as I have a microphone.
All right. You heard what Mr. Vance said. As long as I have a microphone, as long as I tell it like it is, we're not going to let this, defer us and put us in fear. We're just going to move differently, meaning we're going to pay attention to what's really going on, and you, the students, as well. Let's continue.
But the last thing I want to say about Charlie, my friends, is he was more than a political organizer, more than a person who literally helped make me the Vice President of the United States. And I'll never forget it, Charlie, that I would not be here were it not for you. He was a good guy. He was a good friend. I mean, all of these people who've been involved in TPUSA, Turning Point USA, it wasn't just a debate society. It wasn't just a political organization. It gave these kids a sense of home and a sense of purpose in often very hostile places. If you were a young conservative.
What's going on, Brenda? Brenda, what happened to this individual? I blocked him and unblocked the person. What did he say to you? Brenda, what did this person say to you? Let me look back at what's going on in the chat. Let me see what's going on. What did this person say, Brenda? Let me see. I don't see anything this person said that was out of pocket. He did? Okay, my moderator should be on top of things. I know Corey's in the building. Corey, make sure everything's good, fam. Do not be disrespectful. Do not cuss in the chat, y'all. Do not cuss in the chat. Be respectful. Be respectful. We could agree to disagree. Don't be cussing in the chat. Moderators, if it's any cussing, just, give a warning. If they do it again, block them. All right, let's go.
Or you were a young Christian and you were worried that a professor might give you a bad grade for being who you were, Charlie's Turning Point USA gave you a home.
Oh, he said that? He said F Charlie? Oh, that person got to go. Okay. That person said F Charlie? Okay, I got them out of here. I got that person out of here. Okay. That person's gone.
You were worried that you had an idea that was maybe disfavored by your social group, if you were worried that you believed something that was just a little too controversial for a college campus, Turning Point USA gave you a home, it gave you friends, it gave you moral support, and that is what I think must live on in the wake of Charlie Kirk's death. I have friends who met a husband, a wife, a boyfriend, a girlfriend, who met the best man at their wedding at Turning Points USA because it was an organization of patriots dedicated to making this country the very best country that it could be. And
you know what's crazy? You got a lot of people don't realize that he got a lot of people together because of his business. He put people on to get married, to have families, and to think big. Where you have majority of people want you to be poor, struggling, and don't have nothing for yourself or your future generation. Let's go.
I'd like to think that whether you're a Democrat or a Republican, this basic idea of young people gathering to discuss and debate, that is the thing that we cannot let pass away just because the leader of Turning Points USA was gunned down by an assassin. And I want to let you know that whether you're a Democrat or a Republican, whatever your belief is, I will fight for your right to speak your mind. We reject political violence, and we reject the crazy left-wing radicals that gun down.
We reject the left-wing radicals and any right-wing radicals, whether you're a left-wing radical or right-wing radical. Sin is sin. I do not promote sin. I can't stand sin. Whether you a right-wing radical or left-wing radical, those are the sinners. I can't stand sinners on both sides. Right? So I just want to be fair here. I don't represent the off far left or the off far right because they both represent Satan. Those are the hateful birds that the Bible talks about. Those are the hateful birds. Satan's left ring, right ring. That's who's demonic. Let's continue.
Our friend Charlie Kirk, let's talk to one another and not try to shoot each other down for disagreeing.
Let's talk to one another instead of shooting each other down because we disagree. Listen again.
Down for disagreeing.
All right. Hey, we did that under an hour, y'all. We did that under an hour. So, hey, look, at the end of the day, I got more live streams to do. Let's reach the goal of 3,000 subscribers. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel. We got more information to talk about. You know, I want to see what you Californians got to say in the comment section. And I'm looking forward to seeing what you're going to say about J.D. Vance on his political stance. So flood the comment section. Be respectful. Moderators, you got to be on your job. You see any disrespect to the host, to the people that support my platform, I know y'all busy people. I appreciate it. Don't have me doing both. If you in the building, even if you're in the clouds watching, you see foolishness, just block the person. Don't let me. Listen, I'm trying to focus on the content. So it's going to get to a point, maybe I'm going to have to put it on subscribers only and members only. And the only way that these people can get my attention is if they hit the super chat. Or else they're going to have to watch in the clouds. So we having a good time over here. You know, I know a lot of my moderators be busy. They got families, they got loved ones, they got responsibilities. I get that. I appreciate them come through when they come through. You know, appreciate Corey for holding it down to the best of his ability. I see C. Rob in the house, Mrs. Brenda in the house, Mrs. Rose. I see a lot of y'all in the building. Thank y'all for coming through. Thank y'all for subscribing to the channel. Appreciate y'all getting me close to 3,000 subscribers. Y'all pushing this channel. I couldn't do it without y'all. This is the first time in a long time that a lot of y'all really watching the videos and supporting the platform where you can. You know, hey, I just heard from Ringo last night that my brother, Forever Studio Moms, is gone. Condolences, fam. I didn't know about this. I heard about it. It's tough, man. One of my supporters, he don't ask for too much. All he asked for me to do is win. And to keep the faith and stay strong. Condolences to you, fam. Ringo, thank you for, you didn't have to let us know, but by you doing that, I know, you know, he lost his mom a while back, so I know it's tough for Forever Studios. I know it's tough for him. If your mom's still around or your dad's still around, if you could go see them, y'all. Or have a conversation with them. You know, one of the hardest things for most of us men. You're ready to hear this? Put a 5 in the chat. Put a 5 in the chat if you're ready to hear this. When a man finally get on his feet, he want to spend time with his moms and spend time with his lady and kids. And his dad, of course. Now, I get it. Most moms could be evil. I do agree with that. Some moms are not who you think they are. So let me make that clear. Yet there are some moms that are not evil. So I want to say this. If you have the means, go see your moms. If you have the means, notice I say if you have the means, you have the funds to where you could move around, go Go check out your moms. That's tough. That's tough to hear. So send condolences to that brother. He's going through it now. That's a good man. That's a good dude, y'all. So I'm making some strategic changes, removing the Tesla out my life, and I'm gonna get me something real nice. You know, once again, condolences to the Charlie Kirk family. Condolences to Federal Studio and his family. Hey, I appreciate y'all all tuning in to the show. I'll talk with y'all real soon. Brown royalty to the people. We the business.